While the industry has thrown a few punches at me lately, I just want to respond, and my answer might surprise you. All right, welcome back, YouTube. The PDR industry is at a crossroads. For all of you that have been around for quite a while, you can see it and you can feel it. You're either trying to figure things out or you're a seasoned tech. You're either worried about being called a hack or you're a part of the elite. In a lot of ways, it feels like the world today, a house divided. And all of us know how the scripture goes, a house divided against itself cannot stand. So here's the question. When have you earned your stripes? At what point have you made it? I've read comment after comment from experienced technicians talking about how they struggled for years. They figured it out the hard way, as if somehow the struggle itself is what made them legitimate. Almost as if suffering is the only acceptable path in this trade. But then we turn around and we criticize training. Training is too expensive, it's not expensive enough, it's too long, it's not long enough. Trainers are hacks. They started teaching because they can't push. It feels like it's never enough. So what is the expectation? You either spend an unbelievable amount apprenticing under somebody else, or you spend the next 5 to 7 years banging your head against the wall until you finally earned the right to be accepted. And that doesn't make sense. Now, PDR is absolutely unique. It's an art form. It demands feel, discipline, patience, and experience. But the pathway into becoming a technician shouldn't be a mystery. Every other profession has an entry point, a foundation, a progression, a structure. Information should be accessible. The fundamentals should be teachable. A beginner should understand what they're building and why they're building it. That's not lowering the standard, that's raising it. And then there's the conversation about trainers. Apparently no one ever has enough credibility. You haven't pushed enough dents, you haven't been in the field long enough, you haven't suffered enough. But here's the funny part. Who trained the people before us? At some point, somebody figured things out, and then someone improved it, and then someone taught it, and then someone refined it again. So what came first, the chicken or the blending hammer? Every generation has built upon the one before it. We've learned a lot more about metal movement. Our tools have improved. Our techniques have improved. That is exactly what progress is supposed to look like. And when knowledge becomes clearer, it should be organized. It should be structured. It should be passed on. Think about technology. If I handed my daughter my phone and I gave her just the right prompt, the right software, she could build something in seconds that would have previously taken years spent learning coding not that very long ago. Does that diminish the programmers that came before her? Of course not. It honors them because every advancement that has been made has served as the foundation for somebody else's success. PDR should be no different. If someone else can learn in months what previously took years, then good. That's exactly what I want. That doesn't cheapen my journey. That means the industry is moving forward. So, the technicians that have fought through the trial and error, I genuinely respect you. You paved the way. But I don't think the next generation should have to suffer just because we did. Our responsibility isn't to protect the struggle, it's to preserve the craft, to teach it well, to uphold the standards, to challenge people, to help them avoid unnecessary mistakes, and to leave the trade stronger than when we found it. This chapter in training has been one of the most rewarding chapters in my career. I've been able to meet incredible people from all over the world. I've watched students make progress in weeks on the same things that took me years to understand. Not because they're more talented, but because they had the structure. And seeing that happen has been an absolute joy. So no, the criticism hasn't changed my mind. If anything, it's confirmed why this work matters. Because knowledge isn't meant to be guarded, it's meant to be passed down. So before I wrap things up, I actually want to take a minute to give some people their flowers. Whether they know it or not, these are people that had a tremendous impact on my journey. Mike Toledo, right out of the gate, his content was infectious. His attention to detail, his branding, the professionalism, the willingness to show what the life of an actual mobile PDR technician looked like. That inspired me. I watched him explain repairs in people's driveways. And honestly, when I first started, I even used a line board because of Mike. John Hiley, thank you for opening up the door and letting us into your garage. The tips, the tricks, the reality of dent repair, the wins, the frustrations, you made this career feel real and attainable. Marty Runick. 5 years into my journey, I heard you explain tension and compression, and it completely changed the way that I look at metal. That was one of the biggest light bulb moments. You gave identity to what was happening under the surface. Before that, I felt like a surgeon trying to operate without even knowing what a healthy patient was in the first place. You changed my career more than you will probably ever know. Sal Contreras. You expanded my vision of what was possible. Watching you repair damage that most people would have written off challenged every limitation that I had. You taught me that the ceiling was much higher than I had believed. And then there's Craig Dyer. Long before I was confident enough to call myself a technician, I was just a salesman trying to understand the trade. I'd walk into Anson's showroom floor, which was right here in my own backyard, surrounded by tools that I didn't understand. And Craig never made me feel like I didn't belong. No question was too simple. He welcomed me like family. Here's a man that supplies the entire PDR world with tools, yet he took the time to encourage a technician who was just getting started. Looking back, he probably had one of the biggest impacts on my confidence, and he probably doesn't even know it. Now, over the years, there have been many more technicians that I've grown to respect and be encouraged by. But as a young technician, these men helped form the way that I thought about PDR. The feeling that they gave me, the encouragement, the willingness to share, the confidence to keep going, that is what I try to recreate every time somebody walks through my doors. I'm not claiming that there's a perfect blueprint to being a trainer, and I'm sure that I don't always hit a home run. But every time that I step to the plate, I do it with one goal: to leave this industry a little better than when I found it. So let's go build the next generation PDR techs and work hard and go be great.